Today I'm with Mike, the founder, creator of Wild Butter.
Absolutely.
Mike, tell your story.
Okay, so it's a small family that has a bunch of kids. I'm looking for alternative.
Booganium.
No. I was personally looking for a moisturizer that wasn't filled with a bunch of junk. My skin and my kids' skin is super sensitive. Here in Utah, it is dry. Our skin cracks in the winter. So, and my wife was always looking for moisturizer for her face. So I was like looking into tallow, beef tallow. And that's really what started, is getting her to try some other companies that we had used for beef tallow. And then I was like, well, hey, if it works good, which it did, we should make our own beef tallow. And then we started making our beef tallow for personal use. So there's beef tallow for cooking and there's beef tallow for skincare. So we look for the suet beef tallow, which comes from the internal organs of the kidneys and liver of the beef instead of like the intermuscular stuff, because it has a lot more vitamins and is much more salad. Like, it blends well with our skin. So we just started making it to get it out to people. It's a healthier alternative than your typical lotions, and the big skincare is all linked to just junk that is not good for our body. So we're passionate about giving healthier options for our family, really, and might as well share it with everybody else who uses it. So that's really what drives what we're trying to do.
Wow, that's a personal experience. And I guess let me go back to what you say. You say a lot of kids. How many kids do you guys have?
We have 4.
So that's not many compared to Utah.
Yeah, we're capped out.
Yeah. And can you expand more about the beef tallow?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
So beef tallow is the fat of an animal.
Okay,
right?
That's what it is.
So there's like the muscular and intermuscular fat, and then there's the internal organ fat. So it's also goes to the whole nose to tail use of an animal. So a lot of people cook with the beef tallow, which we would also recommend because it's way healthier than your typical olive oils and even olive oil, but realistically, your vegetable and seed oil, But the beef tallow literally is just the fat of an animal. It could be lamb tallow, deer tallow, but we use beef tallow.
Sound good. And I guess when you are acquiring the beef tallow, procurement, and how do you know which supplier to use? And
we did a lot of research on the suppliers, because that's another big thing, is not all tallow is created equal, right? We look for no hormone, no vaccine, 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef tallow. Yeah, small family farms. So we bought a bunch of different stuff that we had researched and just reached out to the suppliers, and they met all the certifications of like just being super clean and grass-fed. And that's what we focus on, is just, we don't want some animal that's been in a feedlot eating grain and glyphosate and all the other crap that will be absorbed through our skin. So
not China stuff.
No China stuff at all. And
America.
100%. If you go look at the other, really, if you're buying anyone's brand, like you'll look at some of the brands and it's like the first ingredient is water, then like alcohol, then a bunch of other stuff. Ours is straight up beef tallow, jojoba oil, and beeswax.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So we are big on where we source it from. We actually tried it ourselves, and it was way too hard to render. So I was like, I'm not messing with the render. It smelled really bad. So there are some companies out there that work with small family farms that are regenerative family farms. So they're actually, the way they raise their herds are actually helping the earth regenerate, and not just, they're being moved correctly. And it's really good stuff. So that's what we're trying to do as well.
Environmental friendly.
Yes, being responsible.
No global warming here. And Mike, and how do you find a market to go to?
Honestly, this is our first market as far as like market.
Facebook.
Yeah, but usually we're going through social medias, family, friends, because I don't know a lot of people that use it. So it's like, hey, try it out. People have loved it. So like, okay, well now we're going to go to this market. We have some good friends that have partnered with us in the business, and they do a lot with the social media and everything.
So where do you sell your product? Mostly on Facebook?
Right now, literally, we just launched this business. Like, this is our first event that we've ever been.
Okay, I was like,
but right now, we've been making it a lot for our family and friends. So like, we've been giving out word of mouth right now. So we just launched. Our website's still in the progress, but it's just launching as far as now trying to get it out to everybody.
Okay, sound good. And so far, what do you think about coming as a vendor? You feel it was well organized?
Yeah, this event's been great. We're excited. I think it's good. Like, we want people to get free samples, try it out, because it speaks for itself, We're excited that we're going to really hit the vendor markets as we go about this first thing just to get the word out, But so far, this has been a great one. I'm really easy to work with. People have been nice. You've been great, So,
some market I go to, they can be really successful. Some of them can be a bust.
Right.
And one of the things that I struggle with is knowing how much inventory to bring.
Mm-hmm.
Since this was your first market, you don't know it. You don't know how many people are going to show up. How did you decide how much inventory to bring?
We looked at the numbers. They gave us a projected customer number, right? I don't know. I thought it was a couple hundred, but ultimately I realized that just from the markets that I have been at, I guess for other things, and I thought about it myself, like how often do I buy from other people? We just made like 100 of each jar, and it's like we sell it all great, and then we're going to use this event to kind of gauge off of the next events. We knew this would be a smaller, more local market compared to like a giant expo. So we're ready enough. I don't think we'll sell out, but if we do, great. Really, it's kind of a guess, to be honest.
Yeah.
Shooting in the dark.
Especially since it's your first one.
Yeah.
And, and I think that's a lot of vendor, I think they don't give it enough time to see where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
They come to 1, 2, and they quit. They stop coming.
Right.
And I guess with that, where do you see the future of your business?
Really, we're in it for the long haul because we believe in the product. It's good for people. And with that, like, we're willing to give it a lot of events. I know we're already signed up for like 5 or 6 different events right now, like back-to-back weekends all the way through June, And then we'll kind of evaluate it after the next month or two, see what we can do here. The rest is just going to be a lot of social media, word of mouth. We sold a lot through word of mouth,
That's good.
Yeah. So that's why we figured getting it out more public now that we have more of the social media presence and our website coming up. Hopefully drive traffic, giving people fast long cards with the 20% off to hopefully drive them back to our website to order. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think with word of mouth, as family and friends, I know a lot of small business sometimes. When I started, I didn't want to push my family or friends.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to create any relationship strain. And how did you do that without causing any rift? You're not pushing them on stuff.
Ultimately, when you start talking about beef tallow on your skin, people have questions. So it's an interesting topic. Most people, especially the females that I know, are looking for anti-wrinkle, anti-aging properties. That's why people are spending a lot of money on
better than BOTOX.
100%. I mean, that's not, whatever. Everyone can do what they want. Ultimately, it was pretty easy to say, hey, like, here, just try it for free. Give it out for free. There's no strain. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, great. And everyone has loved it so far. It's been better than most moisturizers that they have used. So they've come back and say, hey, can we buy a couple bottles? Sure.
Okay, so your product, the quality of your product sells itself.
100%. That's what it is. It's like, if you like it, great. Most people there's actually every person so far, unless they're lying to us, have really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And like, it speaks for itself. You put it on, and I actually am a vendor on a different side. I sell tortillas to grocery stores. So my knees are always calloused, and I have like just really bad dry. So like, everyone has always made fun of my knees. It's kind of a weird, sensitive subject, but I started using this, and just after a couple of days, they're gone. Like, the white calluses are gone. It's dry. So it just speaks for itself. So most people who use it, they're like, yeah, we love it. My skin's never been softer. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
That's good.
So,
and what is your social media site?
Wild Butter.
They can go Wild Butter, Facebook.
Wild Butter, Facebook, Instagram. That's how it's spelled. BUTTR. And that's pretty, just right now, we're just hitting Instagram. I know we got a TikTok, but there's no content on it right now. But Instagram and Facebook and our website.
All right. Thank you, Mike, for talking to us.
And thanks for your time.
Good luck with your business today and then the summer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we'll see you the next couple, man.
Yeah. Today we're with Megan. She's the only founder of Made in Midgard. Megan, can you tell your story on how you ended up coming to a craft show like this and starting your business?
Yes, I can. So it started out with a desire for wanting to have another hobby. And this one came from wanting to appreciate how things are made. I make jewelry and I love jewelry. I love the fantasy element. I think there's so many time periods in history or fantastical worlds where I wish I could just dress like that, bring pieces of it with me everywhere. So I thought I would create that myself. And through it, I have indeed started to appreciate more of the time that it takes to make things, understanding the intent behind things, and also even just like how much things cost and the way that like products made in the past, especially where everything is truly handmade. And
Yeah, it's not made in China. None of those not cheap stuff from Temu.
I might be Asian, but it was made in America.
Bring it back here to our homeland. So, Megan, how did you learn those stuff? Who taught you those stuff?
I taught myself.
So how did you learn it? YouTube?
No, I kind of just went at it. I've seen some pieces from fantasy like pictures.
You already took shit. The other guy already took it.
You can re-ask the question.
Oh, I was asking you, how did you learn it? You say you just learn it here and there.
Yeah, I just taught myself. I would see pictures from fantasy worlds or on Pinterest or things like that where people were wearing types of jewelry like this. And I just taught myself how to make it based on my own imaginations and things that I've seen from fantasy worlds or other time periods.
Fascinating. And why jewelry? Was it something specific about jewelry that make you make it, or why not clothes or flowers? Why jewelry?
Well, jewelry is art you can wear every day. I always talk about how the way that you dress is the first impression anyone gets of you. It's the impression that you have before you speak. And if you never get to speak to someone, it's what they see first. And I think jewelry is something that you can have all the time, no matter what you're wearing, any setting, where even at work, you can wear something that's, you know, reminiscent of a fantasy world. There's no dress code for jewelry, right? Unless it's maybe something inappropriate.
You're right. Yeah, I never dressed for jewelry. Yeah, that's a good one. And this is how many market have you been to so far?
This is my first market.
This is your first market.
Yes.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
And so far, what do you think?
This one seems to be a bit slow. I used to live somewhere where, actually, it was called Slow, the place I lived. There was a huge Thursday night market that took up the entire downtown. I guess I was expecting something more like that, but still early. The night is young, so we'll see how I feel at the end of the night.
That's good. And since you make jewelry, right? You don't require that much space when you bring in them. You don't require that much space to bring them to the market. I guess.
I've never seen anything like that. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I guess what I'm saying is, how do you know how much inventory to bring today? Since this is your first one, and you don't know how many people are gonna show up. How do you decide that?
Simply, I brought pretty much everything I've made. I just started making this like 3 weeks ago, so I just brought all of it.
Perfect. And what is the future for the business?
Well, I'm hoping that it'll take off. I also have a website so people can either custom make things or just kind of order what I already have, so it's not limited to just the area that I live. I'm hoping that more people will get to see it and enjoy it, because I think there's not as many things like this out there that have that fantasy inspiration that let you... I mean, okay, personally, I am a huge reader. I love reading fantasy books, and I think getting to take pieces of that with you is wonderful, and I hope that more people will get a chance for that.
And what is your website name?
So it's on my Instagram.
Oh, you have Instagram. What is your Instagram name?
It's Maiden in Midgard, the same as my business name. Yeah, it's just one word. And then the website is right there in the bio. It's just an Etsy page, should be under the same name.
Perfect. Well, Megan, thank you for talking to me, and good luck today, and good luck in your business adventure.
Thank you.